Oh, bien joué. So welcome back to the coverage of the IBSA Blind Football European Championships 2017. Our next game here on day 5 is Romania taking on France. Hello once again, my name's Alan Mart, alongside me one of our commentators, Peter Selby. This game, Romania versus France. For Romania to even contemplate staying in the competition, they've got to get a victory out of this one. As for France, it's trying to come back from what was a heavy defeat at the hands of England yesterday.
Yeah, it depends what France turns up. They've beaten the host nation and then they've got absolutely thrashed by England. But England look very strong in this tournament. So maybe just put a line through that, and if they've got any ambitions, France, of getting into the top 2 places in Group A and qualifying for the semi-finals, they really do need 3 points today.
Okay, let's take a look at the results so far for both of these teams. As you can see, Romania have had themselves an awkward time. 6-0 in the opening game, 4 against Italy, a moral victory at times, and then 4-1 against Germany. A real strong performance against the host nation. As for France, as we said there, a 2-1 victory over Germany in that opening game, and I think everybody expected a little bit more out of them against England, but it wasn't to be. Okay, so now joining us in the studio, we're very pleased to announce we've got with us the very first lady to ever referee at an international competition. Welcome, Julia Cabal. How did that feel a little bit earlier on?
Oh, sorry?
How did you feel with the game?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the game, and it was very, how to say, it was a strong game for me, and it was the first for me here in Berlin. Yeah, it was a great experience for me to whistle part of Russia and Georgia.
Over the last 5 years, IBSA have had lots of projects, and over the last year, the main incentive has been to get more women and girls involved in blind football. Over in Vienna a while ago, and this is a project that's funded by UEFA, over in Vienna there was a training camp, and lots of players and referees and officials all went to that. For you, what would you say to other females who want to get involved? Why did you get involved?
I get involved because I'm a referee in German Blind Football League, so German Bundesliga. And first of all, I was a volunteer here in Berlin, and I just wanted to help here doing some referee stuff. And then there was a colleague was ill, and they nominated me as the following referee for him. And yeah, in Germany, I always, often follow the matches, the match days, Yeah.
Excellent stuff. I'm sure we'll see you again throughout the course of this tournament. Now let's take a look at some of the group standings. So this is Group A, as it is. England with those 6 points from their opening couple of games, and that goal for column is exceptional, Pete. That's just what they would have wanted. Big against Romania, even bigger against France. Italy coming up later on today.
Yeah, just talking about England, we heard from John Pugh early on, actually, after the game we've just seen with Russia beating Georgia, and he mentioned that Russia, for him, are the favourites for the tournament. So if Russia are going to win Group B, it's going to be very important for England to go and win Group A so they avoid the Russians in the semi-finals. But talking about today's game, Romania, you can see they're rock bottom of the group, but France, they really do need 3 points. It's a must-win game if they've got a chance of getting into them top 2 spots. And if they do win today, they will have a chance, because Italy, they're playing England later, and if England, they are the favourites for that, if they go on and win, then there's going to be 3 teams really vying for that second place.
Yeah, you feel like one more victory for England here against Italy, and there's a massive scramble in behind them then all of a sudden between 3 more big nations in the world of football. Let's take a look at Group B, shall we? Here, Pete, we've just seen a very good performance from Russia against a very battling Georgia. As Julia said, it was a physical contest for her to referee in her opening game. It can't have been much more physical contest than that one for her to have a go at. Turkey sitting in second there, a point behind Russia after that defeat to Russia in the opening game. Spain coming up against Belgium at 5 o'clock today, and then Russia against Belgium a little bit later on in the tournament as well. You fancy Russia now from here on in, and again, similar scenario to Group A. There's going to be a bit of a scramble between Turkey and Spain. Belgium have a chance to be involved in that, but they're going to have to turn over Russia or Spain in these next 2 games to even be in the mix.
Yeah, you favour Russia to win the group. They've got Belgium next up, but I think the same applies for Spain and Belgium as with this game here between France and Romania. If France win, then they've got a real chance of finishing second. It's a must-win game for Spain as well against Belgium. 2 similar ties, actually similar in terms of the standard of teams as well. Spain will be the favourites against Belgium later on, as are the French here against Romania.
Okay, and if you have any questions about blind football or the tournament itself here in Berlin, then you can simply ask our commentators during the game. Pete, how can they do that?
Use social media at Euro 2017 Berlin. Go on Twitter and make sure you follow us. It means that you will follow the scores and what's happening here, and also who's going to qualify. Send your questions using the hashtag #TheSoundOfFootball.
Right, Pete is off to the commentary box because the players are coming out on the field. It's our second game of day 5, and it's a big one for France. Let's hand over to our commentating team of Jonathan Bell, and he'll be joined by Pete Selby.
Thank you very much, Alan. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Berlin. A breezy Berlin, it has to be said, for the second game on day 5 of the IBSA Blind Football European Championships 2017. A big game ahead for France after they crashed to a 7-0 defeat yesterday to England. They will be looking to rebound strongly here against the Romanian side, who are yet to get a point next to their name in the Group A standings. Romania lining up on the left of your screen at the moment in their yellow shirts, yellow shorts and yellow socks, and it's a change strip for France in their white shirts, white shorts and white socks. Both sides stood either side of the halfway line at the moment, facing the near side. Both teams led out by their goalkeepers as we await the national anthems, starting with France.
Wir hören zunächst die Nationalhymne von Frankreich.
That national anthem's anything to go by. France mean business in this one. And next, the national anthem of Romania. Big task for Romania then against the France side, who seem to be here with a spring in their step on their first game of these championships when they defeated the host nation by 2-1 in an incredible match here in Berlin, possibly the game of the tournament so far. But the Romanian side will be looking to keep the French quiet like the English did yesterday. They line up with Vlad Tofan in goal in his green shirt, green shorts and black socks. His opposite number, or should I say his fellow goalkeeper, is actually the guide, Marius Coralia, not named on the bench for this one. Injury problems have hit Romania over the course of these championships so far in that department. The only player to score for Romania, number 9, Florin Kovacs. He starts today for the side, managed by Sorin Lapadatu. As for France, a big post-mortem would have been carried out last night here in the Team Hotel after that disastrous performance against England. They were absolutely blown away by the Three Lions. It's a change of goalkeeper with Valentin Lebomian coming in for Julien Royer, who started that game yesterday. Martin Baron leads out France with the captain's armband around his left arm. And David Lebert, the man who, just like Gael Riviera, who also starts with the number 4 jersey, the 2 French goal scorers so far in these championships. Goals have been hard to come by for the French in these championships so far, and they'll be looking to certainly maximise their opportunities against Romania side, who have been pretty leaky so far in Group A. So both sets of players just shaking hands with the opposition in this one before they go to their respective side of the field. And of course we will have the coin toss as well. Referee today is Patrick Saponsoglu, and Andrew Page will also be with him on the pitch as well. An Englishman and a German refereeing this one. And of course, Pete, blind football, 2 referees on the pitch, something you're a big fan of.
Yes, let's listen in for the toss.
It's yellow. Romania got the choice? Okay, just switch. Yes, of course. So, France got the ball. Now just got to be 3, and the benches stay there. Okay.
So it appears they're going to stay where they are. And yes, I'm a big fan of having 2 referees. I think many sports and many versions of football, especially the 11-a-side game, could maybe take a leaf out of blind football's hats and have 2 referees, 1 in each half. I can't see what the problem is there. And the benefit, really, and we've had it on a number of occasions in these championships already, is that if one referee has a better angle of an incident than the other, then one referee gives a goal kick, the other one can say, no, it was a corner, for example. And as long as the correct decision is made, it only takes half a second or so for them to sort it out. I can't see what the problem is, but anyway, back to this game here. It's a must-win game for France, all in white, against the all-in-yellow Romanians, who are the whipping boys of Group A, losing 6-0 to England, 4-0 to Italy, and then 4-1 to Germany last night. But they do possess a number of attacking threats. Florian Kofkas, number 9, and Adrian Botez, who is a centre-forward with Marburg here in Germany. They'll be looking to get on the score sheet. But France so far, a 2-1 win against Germany. A real highlight of their tournament, and then absolutely thrashed by the English, 7-0. If they've got any plans of staying here from beyond the group stages, then they will have to get 3 points here against Romania.
Riviere. So those two standing over the ball. The officials on the far side just shaking hands with each other. Of course, there are a team of officials on the far side as well. A third referee who's in between the two team dugouts, and also an official in the tent as well, just keeping account of the team fouls, which is why you've got silver discs under each of the team flags as well, and the personal fouls that are committed by each of the players on the pitch as we get off and underway with France kicking from right to left in this first half. Barron immediately surging towards the goal, striking towards the goalkeeper. Tofu had to be very much alert to that one, parrying it out towards the left side of the area, and Romania managing to scurry up towards halfway, and they'll certainly be rattled by that early start by France, who of course was stung by an early start from England yesterday when Danny English scored after 33 seconds. They were trying to replicate that themselves. Down the right hand side, Riviere has it, just level with the penalty area. Botes sticks in a left foot, it cannons off the kickboard out for a corner. France already pitting Romania back into their own penalty area.
Well, what a chance for the French early on. Barron barging his way into that D, and a really good chance and a good save by the keeper. I'm going to give him credit, he narrowed the angle, but I don't think he saw a lot of it because it was coming from pretty close to him and just had to spread himself and hoped he stopped it, and he did. A cracking chance there for the French to open the scoring. They've made a mess of the corner on the right. Here comes downfield the Romanian number 8, Botas. Great save by the keeper once again, so it could have been 1-1 after a minute, but it's still goalless. And now here come French once again with Riviere, who scored the second goal against Germany in their win at the start of the tournament. Riviere back inside his own half on the right, flips it to the left to try and find Barron. Barron, tall, broad individual on the broken line, goes down the left-hand kickboard. Now he switches towards the centre, edge of the D, can't get a shot off on goal. There's a bit of a scramble defence. Now he's inside the D, scuffs his shot into the goalkeeper's hands. 2 shots for the French, 1 for Romania, and we've only had just over a minute. Trying to find where the ball is number 8, and that's W. the Bear. He just loses out to Botas, and now there's a bit of a barging and shoving match by the left-hand kickboard, and if they're not careful, the referee will blow his whistle, but the ball then breaks, and it's cleared by France downfield to the right. Picked up by Riviere. Can he stop it from going down the play? He does so by sliding on the right. By that kickboard, that's arched away from the players, just to give them a bit of room, and also if they collide, it basically doesn't hurt as much as if it was 90 degrees straight up vertical. France with it in their own half, just wrestling to see who gets the ball. Barron runs into Kovkas, and he's back towards his own broken line. The broken lines indicate the 3/3 of the field if you're new to line football. And we'll go through the rules in the first few minutes as well. Switch play over to the right. Of course, the players are trying to listen out for the ball. That's why it's complete silence here in the stadium as the ball is with Romania on the right. Botes just inside the French half. Got 2 Frenchmen in front of him. He's got a Romanian to his left in Kovkas. Can't find him, and now it's Barron once again with a run down the left. Barron up to the broken line, can't control it, runs into the D. If he can pick it up at the second opportunity, could be a chance here, runs out of play. But no, there's some ball bearings inside a tin disc UFO shape that's on the inside of the football, and that's what's making a rattling sound, and that's what the players are listening out for to follow. Obviously the goalkeepers are sighted, and acts as a coach as well to the defenders inside the final third to tell them exactly what to do and where to go. There's a coach at the other end telling the strikers exactly what's going on and when to shoot, etc. And they'll be telling Kovkas right now that if he can turn, which he does so, into a central position, there's only one left defender to try and beat. He comes across and gets his body in the way and does very well, pokes it down the left-hand side.
And Barron runs onto it, the captain. Looks a bit like Zinedine Zidane as he comes down the left-hand side. Dispossessed, though, by Botes, who sticks it out for a corner on this near side. The man behind the goal for France, the guy that Pete was referring to a moment ago, is Manuel Morgado, the father of the team captain for France usually, who is Fabrice Morgado, who starts on the bench. Corner then for France on the near side. Riviere stood behind Barron. Barron's got hands on hips as he awaits to run with this ball in an arc shape around the edge of the D. He follows it up towards the centre spot, tries to go for a shot, right-footed. It's blocked well by Kovac back there helping out defending. Barron gets the last touch on it as he runs down the right to pick up the loose ball, but it goes out of play for a goalkeeper's ball for Romania. Thrown forward by Tofan, right down the heart of the French defence, who just stick a foot through it via the number 7, Penisson, and clears it towards the far side. And now they come down the left now, which is the near side. France switching the ball very quickly indeed. Baron trying to get to the byline, gets goal side of Carlotta. Tight angle for a shot, comes off him. I thought it came off him last there, but the referee disagrees and give a corner instead on the near side. Would be interesting to see a replay of that one, but for now, France have the corner, and Baron will have it with Riviere. Romanian coach on the screen at the moment. Sorin Lapidatu is the coach driver, he's the physio, does absolutely everything for Romania. Of course, funding hard to come by for a lot of these blind football nations. Just a quick check on that replay. It was indeed a corner, so I will swallow my pride there as Kovacs comes down the centre. He doesn't get a foul despite the tackle coming in from Lebert. Goes down the left-hand side, and Baron laterally coming inside from the left, and he shoots with the right foot just left of centre, well wide of the goalkeeper's goal. Tofan throwing it down the centre over for Kovacs, well marshalled though by Riviere, just over halfway, surging forward towards the broken line. He's got his back to goal, he had to turn and twist and get the possession back as the ball wasn't going as fast as he was. Riviere now darting down the left-hand side. He's being stopped by the 3 yellow shirts in front of him, so he checks back and pokes it square towards the right instead. Lebert's first touch takes him back inside his own half. He's facing his own goal here, Lebert, who's trying to get a control of this one, and he's just coming into the centre now with a bit of room. Kovacs trying to make sure that isn't the case. Lebert pokes the ball forward down the left, searching for Riviere. Riviere can't get on the end of the ball though, and it's back with Romania and their goalkeeper.
Yeah, the goalkeeper Tofan, who made that early good save, terrible throughout though, just finds Baron now. Only got 2 men with him. He goes past them, inside the D, can't get a shot off on goal, and it goes wide. And throughout this time by Tofan, downfield. Kovkas picks it up inside the final third, barges past the first Frenchman, runs over him almost, and now it's back to the halfway line with number 8 Labert. Switches over to the right-hand side. France have to go back inside their own half to pick it up. And that's with Riviere. Again over to Baron, who's the main outlet on the left. And there's going to be a free kick here. Free kick to France. And this, in my opinion, will be because Voy was not called by the number 5 Carlotta, who is the mainstay of the Romanian defence. Yes. No Voy called, so players have to shout Voy at all times to let players know where they are, teammates and opponents alike. And just like Carlotta did there, he didn't say Voy, so when there was a collision, it was a foul given against him. Baron goes himself down the left, stops as he gets to the edge of the D. Now comes into a more central position where you can have a clean shot at goal, but he just stumbled on the ball, still with it on the broken line. Nice pirouette away from the defence, stops again in a central position, switches play to the left. He goes back to the halfway line now to Labert. Labert just takes a second or two to get the ball under control. Now starts his mazy dribble, beats his fellow number 8, inside again to a more central position, collides with 2 defenders, still got the ball Labert. He can turn and shoot now right-footed, right into the number 8 for Romania, who got his foot there. Bottas, who's usually a centre forward, but did his defensive duty manfully there, and it's pushed back into the French half. It's with Kovkas on the right. Kovkas turns his man into the D. Kovkas with a chance, but he's going to get an opportunity from a free kick. The 2 referees come over and agree, yes, a free kick to Romania on the edge of the D. Kovkas did ever so well to turn his man, and he barged his way into the D, but there you can see the 2 hands around his waist. So the referees came back for that. It was also tripped as well, and again, so 3 fouls committed on the giant number 9 for Romania. Any one of those would have been given. And it's the first team foul for France. 6 minutes gone, still goalless. A real chance here for Romania. Just a word about those team fouls. You can see the crosses below the scores and the flags. That means how many team fouls they've got. You can have 5 per half, any more than the 5, and they will result in 8-metre penalty kicks. The coach behind taps the posts, and now Kovkas shoots, scuffs it right-footed into the wall, and it comes out for France to try and launch a counter down the left. Kovkas runs into that kickboard, leaves it for the teammate, French number 7, Penisson, and he just hacks it clear downfield. Again picked up by Bottas, pokes it forward, stumbles over number 8 Labert, and it's inside the French half Labert does well. Wrestles Bottas off the ball, goes over the halfway, 3 men forward for France, gets to the broken line, skillfully moves away from Cocu, shoots from distance into the side netting of the right-hand post. Good effort there by Labert. He's already got 1 goal in this tournament, searching for his second. Long throw out by the keeper, just avoids his intended target, Kovkas, and it will be another restart this time for France, and their all-in-black goalkeeper looks for an overarm throw. It has to bounce at least once inside their own half for it to be a valid throw out. Good control by Pennison. Penson goes to the left-hand side, stops as he gets 8 metres from goal. Central position, just again loses possession. Down the left is Baron. He finds Baron. Now he can stop or maybe drive into the D. He goes into the D, tries to have a shot from 3 metres out, and again just loses possession of the football at the wrong moment. He's by the right-hand kickboard, is Baron. Now drifts into the centre. Again, can't shoot. And the ball runs out of play for a restart.
So 7.5 minutes gone of this first period then. Still goalless between Romania and France. France for the set piece on the near side. And Baron stood with Riviere. Baron coming round in an arc. It's the 2 captains tussling with each other, and then they clash straight into each other's heads as well. Baron on the left-hand side now. He's being deterred a few yards and has to poke it.
Yeah, it's over on the right. Shot from distance, good save by the keeper. Oh, long distance shot there for France. Really did come in with some power, and the goalkeeper is just going to be bundled out for a goal kick. Yeah, the goalkeeper did very well. He's made 2 or 3 important saves for Romania. Throws it downfield, finds Kovkas, turns on a real nasty collision there on halfway. And it's interesting to see what the referee gives here. He gives it for Romania, so the foul on Kovkas, who controls, and then the player will enter your screen here from the right, stops, turns, this number 8 for France, which is David Labert. Bang, into the big number 9. And that's the second team foul. And he's quite fortunate that it wasn't any more. It could have easily been a yellow card. Yellow cards are awarded, again 2 will result in a red card, just like 11 aside. Free kick taken and poked over to the left to try and find Kovkas. That's not the greatest free kick that Romania will ever perform in these championships. Bottas is fighting for it on the left. Does well, Bottas, who again plies his trade here in Germany. Really good centre forward for Romania, their main goal threat. Turns his man well. Now he's 10 metres from goal. Over on the left now. But Pennison does very well getting back for France. Again, he knows that on this left, his captain will be there. Martin Baron over halfway. Again, slower dribble this time. Stops, drags it back. That's another tactic used quite often by blind footballers, stopping and changing one direction to another to keep the defenders guessing. Runs straight into Philippe Cocu, who gives a foul away, I think, here. So it's going to be a free kick to France. So Cocu there, who was ran into, and he gave the foul away because he didn't shout void. So a prime example there, Martin Baron running towards the D, colliding with the defender, but the defender hadn't shouted void, so the player did not know he was there, runs into him, and it gives away a free kick.
So France have a really good set-piece opportunity here. It could be deadly as far as they are concerned. Romania have a 3-man wall, certainly a big wall, pretty tall and pretty wide as well. And in at the moment is number 5, the big number 5 as well, Cosmin Carlotta. Within the centre of it, Alexandre Coucou, and to the left of it is Adriani Bottas. So Riviere will take around 8 metres out, in midway between the broken line and the edge of the penalty area as well, just right of centre. Here he goes, Riviere pokes it over the crossbar, and I think that almost went out the back of the stand there. Certainly got underneath the ball, did Riviere, but too high above Vlad Tofan's net, and he can now gratefully throw the ball down the other end of the pitch. It goes past Kovacs, though, tries sticking out a leg on the edge of the French area, and it goes behind, and Le Bomin can throw it down the right. Cannons off the kickboard before going to the feet now of Riviere. On the right-hand side, France employing a square formation at the moment. 2 at the back, 2 up front. Baron, one of those up front on the left-hand side with a diagonal low ball towards the right, and Riviere towards the byline now. He's got Cuckoo in his back. He checks back, does Riviere towards the broken line, pokes it square for Baron. Left corner of the box, can't get a left foot on it. Coming across is Carlotta, and Baron will certainly be feeling that impact. Carlotta, a very big defender indeed. Clears it down the right-hand side. Kovac gives chase and now meets the ball on the centre spot. A very acrobatic roll there on the floor. We've seen a few in celebration so far this week. That one was because of the collision with LeBert, who angles a looping ball towards the near side. Cannons off the top of the kickball. Baron gets on the end of it, falls. Cuckoo gets a big foot on the right corner of the area. Now comes forward the big Romanian defender. Over the halfway line. It's a hesitant run from him, of course, has no idea what's in front of him. Baron is the man there and wins possession and will play the ball calmly towards the far side, and Riviere controls the ball just short of halfway on the edge of the centre circle, prods it now back out towards the left. Good combinations between Riviere and Baron in this game. Baron going towards the corner, turns back inside, bit of an angle, tries to shoot towards the near post with the right foot from the left side of the area, and it drifts wide of Vlad Tofan's near post. Over 10 minutes gone in this first half. I have to say it's gone past pretty quickly so far. Long throw forward from Tofan towards the main and only attacking outlet really for Romania, Kovac, but it goes behind him and out for a French ball. Le Bomin throws it towards the halfway marker. Baron once again, a good pass from into Riviere, and it's really stretching the Romanian defenders here. Riviere twisting his way in field, good footwork from him, slowly moving it left to right, then turns. And he's central, toe pokes it towards the goal, blocked by Botes, the Romanian captain, and then the ball squirms over halfway, right-hand side. Kovac, he's got Baron in his back. Baron, does he foul Kovac? He certainly fell him, but the answer is no from the referee, and again, it harmlessly, should I say, goes out for a French ball. And that collision there alongside the kickboard, not the first time Kovac has been part of quite a physical contest.
Going to be a restart for France, for Romania actually. Long throw downfield towards the French area, and it's well intercepted by Labert, who brings it out himself to halfway. Just falls over on the halfway line, trying to gather control. If you're running with the ball and you can't see the ball, yes, you might have it under control, but when it gets to a point of taking a shot or trying to control it again to maybe change direction, that's when you can lose possession. Here goes Baron, the main forward for France, down the left once again. He likes to get towards the D and then stop and run more centrally and then take a shot. He's trying to do exactly that. Just loses out to the tall, long-haired Cuckoo, who anywhere pokes it down the left for Romania. Inadvertently pass it straight to the French midfielder, the French number 4, Riviere. Tussling with it, 8 metres from goal. Botes does very well, brings it out for Romania, just checking his headgear, and he's right near the halfway line. Turns to the referee to say, look, my mask has come off. Shot from distance, flashes wide. And the goalkeeper as well telling the referee, look, one of the players' masks came off, and it needs checking by the referee. And if that flew in the top corner, I think there would have been quite a discussion on the sidelines. That's the French manager and coach just giving instructions to Baron actually on the far side. You can see behind him actually the ruins of an old train station, one of the biggest train stations in Europe at the time, and we're on what would have been the lines at the moment, and it creates a lovely amphitheatre for the stadium there. You can see from our lovely overhead shot, I think there'll be plenty in for a couple of cracking games later on today. Spain versus Belgium at 5 local time, and then England against Italy 7:30 again local time here in Berlin.
Of course, that England v Italy game, sorry Pete, is in this group, and that is why France must win this game as they attack now down the right-hand side. And it's with Riviere coming in field, pokes it towards the goal. It's blocked by Botes and comes back towards the halfway line. Baron has to retreat inside his own half on the left-hand face, faced up by Kovac before prodding it in field in Lebert. And Lebert now centrally inside his own half. He was initially running towards his own goal, manages to turn out towards the right-hand side and actually attempts a Marseille roulette there, but Botes manages to get it, the opposite number 8, and still going on the near far side, should I say, on the halfway line, is indeed Lebert. Square it goes to now Baron, left of the centre circle. Baron, it's not really happy for him so far. He goes on another gander towards goal, and he prods it towards the far corner. A good save with the left foot by Tofan. Loops behind him in the end. Unfortunately for him, the wrong side of the post and out for a corner.
Brilliant save by the goalkeeper. Once again, it's Baron down the left, and he drives into the D this time rather than trying to come across towards the centre. He just goes straight towards the D and then pokes it into the bottom corner, but the goalkeeper stretched with his left leg and then just gets a toe on it wide. Fabulous save. Also a cracking run by Baron. Corner to France from the right. Brought out towards the centre by Riviere. Shot from distance over the top of the crossbar. And behind for another restart. So 13 minutes gone. Goalless in this vital clash, as Jonathan was saying. France really need to win if they've got any chance of qualifying. Shot by Romania, and Kovkas, the goalkeeper, spilt it somewhat. It was straight at him. Went for safety first. Got his body and his hands behind it. But now it's with Bottas back towards his own goal, and he plays it across towards the goalkeeper and concedes a corner. He won't be too happy about that, the Romanian captain. Of course, they can play it back to the keeper. It is quite risky because, yes, the goalkeeper's telling you right now is a good time to pass it because you're coming right towards me. But of course, if you don't get a good connection on the ball, it could fly into the back of the net, and also you can see the corner. Here goes Baron. Try to run down the byline. Good tactic, just slightly out of play though. And it will be another restart to Romania. A long throw downfield, which is employed by many teams. Starts an attack quickly, and it's can't be picked up by Kovkas. And it's with France down the left, and that's an aimless ball, and they'll have to have some words on the French bench, because at the moment the tactics aren't working. Down the right for Romania, that goes out of play for another goal kick. So at the moment the goalkeepers having their own little game, throwing the ball to each other. Another long throw down the left, so I imagine Baron will be somewhere down there. There he is, picks it up, lovely crossfield ball. If Riviere can pick this up, he can do. Two players come across quickly though. That's a feature of the Romanian defence. Very agile, and you got players like Cocu, who's got long legs. Riviere shoots from distance. He likes a shot from nearer the broken line than the D, and this time it just hits off a defender, and it goes up the other end of the field, and they just momentarily lose where it is, and Kovkas can't pick it up. It runs towards the D, and France are struggling to get these clear. They're making a bit of a mess of it. Are they going to pass it back to the goalkeeper? Nope. Just play it out of defence up to halfway to Riviere on the right. Baron on the left. This is the intended target on the broken line. Lets it bounce off the kickboard. Baron drifts inside. Was he brought down there? Well, Bottas went to ground. Baron wasn't, but Bottas really powerful challenge. Long throw, tries to find Kovkas again, and very dangerous. Didn't control the ball, but if he did, he would have been in on goal.
And he was very frustrated with himself as well there, Kovacs. Baron now worming his way. If anyone's going to score, it's going to be him, and this time a great right-footed shot. Really had Vlad Tofan scrambling towards his right corner, but it drifts wide, however, and out for a Romanian ball. And at the other end, there may be a slight delay because the referee is just instructing the defender for France, who is Jerome Penisson, to just do his laces, and he's done that now, so he can restart from the back with Vlad Tofan bowling it down the centre of the field, again looking for Kovacs, well marshalled by Lebert, who stood in front of him, and then he had two players in front of him. One of them is his teammate Riviere, who was initially trying to tackle him there. Riviere just prods it down the centre. Baron, can he respond to this and run down onto the left channel? The answer is no, but it goes out for a corner nonetheless anyway, and the timeout has been called by France, who have certainly not made the ideal start in this game. You know what, Pete? It reminds me of the 11-a-side game in the Euro 2016. France opened things up against Romania, and it wasn't until the last few minutes in that game where I think it was Dimitri Payet with a super goal broke the deadlock in that one. At the moment, it's the five-a-side team struggling to break down the Romanian defence.
Hopefully we have a super goal in this, and if it's going to come from anyone at the moment, it's probably the French, which you would have expected, although the I do like the tactics actually for Romania. They're leaving one player up front at all times. It's either number 9 Kovkas or 8 Bottas. Bottas gets about the pitch a bit more, so he can drop back and help out with defence. And basically they're going to put 3 men on the edge of the D and say to France, well, you come at us, we'll try and defend it, and they're doing that manfully so far. And then if it goes out of play, our goalkeeper's going to throw quickly downfield. And you can see there the discussions going on the French bench, trying to break down this Romanian defence. But yeah, the Romanian goalkeeper's going to throw it quickly downfield. And if they do control it inside the D, and then a turn and a shot could be very dangerous for France. So don't rule out Romania here. They're a very able team. They won a qualification event before these championships to get here in Berlin. It was actually hosted in Romania itself in April. And the timeout has finished. Timeouts can be called, one per team, per half. Substitution going to be made. Going off the field is number 5 for Romania, and that's Cosmin Carlotta. Also looks like Kovkas is going off as well, so double substitution. Carlotta and Kovkas coming off. Coming on is 6 and 10, 6 Anut Anton, and number 10 Tabaru Poan.
So a double substitution for Romania then, and I'm surprised they've made such a stark change to their lineup. Cosmin Carlotta, should be known Colossal Carlotta, at the back for Romania. Has played every minute so far of their championships. That's their final group game, of course, the team in yellow. And I wonder if there's a niggle, or maybe he's got a bit of fatigue, perhaps, because coming on instead, as Pete mentioned, is Jonat Anton. And of course, Romania so far kept France reasonably quiet, but Michel Baron, if anyone's going to score, it's going to be him. Here is Baron now, just on the edge of the centre circle. He's going to strike from a really far out distance there. It ricochets towards the near side, and Riviere. Kuku on the right corner of his own box manages to prod a right toe on it and get away momentarily. But Baron once again, waltzing his way centrally, shoots. May have stubbed his toe there as he shot because he's limping. And also on the floor as well is Botez, the Romanian captain. And it's not looking very good at the moment for Romania and their captain. Vlad Tofan, the goalkeeper, who also works as the guide when he's off the field of play, is currently just stretching out the leg of Adriani Botez, but I think that's more of a joint problem than a muscular one. Botez slowly getting back to his feet again, and he's gonna limp off, and it's a sad end to what has been a good first half for Romania and their captain. Of course, their normal captain is Mihai Nistor, but I can't see him stripped and ready to come on. So I wonder what the change will be from Romania if they do make one. France are the ones who are going to make a change, though. A few moments ago, we saw Fabrice Morgado, their usual captain, warming up, and he will soon be introduced. I mentioned his father is the guide behind the goal, and he'll certainly be listening out for his dad in a few moments' time when he enters the fray. For now, though, Botez is coming off. The officials just working out if the French player is going to go off first through that very small gate or the Romanian one, and Botez is the one going off. They don't seem to have a substitution ready, do Romania. Kovac has took his eye patches off and his blindfold off, so he's not in a state to come on. And of course they want to put on an attacking change, but Carlotta would not be suffice. So Romania need to get themselves sorted here. I think the officials just grabbed a Romanian player and said, look mate, you're coming on, and indeed it is Cosmin Carlotta who will eventually be replacing Botez. Meanwhile, the French have completed their change now, and Morgado is the one coming on for the number 4, Gaël Riviere, who of course scored earlier on in these championships with that super breakaway goal against Germany. At the moment, they need that sort of inspiration here because it's goalless. There are 4 and a bit minutes remaining of this first period, and Romania have certainly done themselves a lot of justice in this game so far. So not much of a break for Carlotta, who comes back onto the pitch with quite a strange walk, sort of stumbles onto the field of play, but so far, clean sheet for Romania, and he'll be happy.
Yeah, a real loss that. Adriani Botez, their main attacking threat off the field, and not looking like he's going to come on anytime soon. Here goes Baron, though, over the broken line on the right this time. Just runs into a defender. Koku's back there, and now he's the anchor of the defence. The furthest player forward is Tabaru Poan, who is one of the substitutes, well worn back by Labert. Labert just pokes it forward through to the goalkeeper, and now he's going to look and think, whoa, where's Botez? Where's Kovkas? They're not on the field. His long throw is going to go straight to a French player, and I think that's not going to be the first time that happens in this match, as The cool wind continues to blow here in Berlin. It's Baron on the left kickboard, back towards the halfway line, switches over to Labert on the right. In fact, on that right-hand side, it's the newly brought on substitute, and that's Morgado. Fabrice Morgado, very busy, but lacking control on the edge of the D, and it's brought out again by Romania, but I fear now that most of the play will be in the Romanian half. Here's Labert, crossfield to Morgado. Morgado inside the final third, trying to repeat the performance and switch play to left. He's done so, and Baron just can't avoid the grapple of Colata, and if he gets you, you're being shifted out of the way. Long ball downfield, straight out for a restart, and there's going to be even more substitutes and more activity on the Romanian bench. That's going to be in a short while. In the meantime, Romania have it in their half. Poan, who is the attacking threat, he's back inside his own half. Tackled well. Here goes Morgado. Can't get past the long legs of Cocu on the left for Romania, but it's still with the number 9 for France. Battling in front of that Romanian dugout. Gets the better of Cocu. Stops. Nice pirouette away from the tall number 3. Switches over to the left, where again Baron is. Can Baron get past Coletta? He hasn't got control at the first port of call. Coletta takes out his own defender, and now Baron finds himself on the right-hand side. Around about 8 metres from goal. Back heel to Morgado. Morgado, lovely little try to pirouette away from the 2 defenders, and it's not gone anywhere nearer the goal. It's still along an imaginary, say, 10-metre line. Now Baron injects a bit of pace. Although for France, he's gone back to the halfway line. I want him to be heading towards the D, just like Gael Riviere is doing. Can't get a shot off on goal, and it goes out for a goal kick, and it's going to be the substitute that was delayed, and eventually, and to the cheers of the Romanian fans, number 8, Adjeliani Botez is going to be on the field. So on comes Botez for Colata. So Botez, how well he's going to be, actually, to be honest, because he's been injured in this first half, but they need to get him on the field. There's a timeout being called, so it gives him an extra bit of time, a minute to be precise, to actually get back to some sort of fitness, and a bit of a plan being thought out on the Romanian bench. They've got under 2 minutes to survive until half-time, and then they can gather their thoughts again. So just talking about the players, each of the players have gauzes over their eyes, actually, to stop. If you put your hands out, it means that you can't like poke anyone in the eye or interfere with anything there. So they have gauzes, they're taped down across the eyes, and then they have an eye mask on top. And just so everyone has the same degree of vision, i.e. none, you can see on the left-hand side the tapes being put on them gauzes, and then, like I said, the blindfolds again put on. They're all B1 level athletes, so again, full blindness. Some players might have the odd maybe shade, but obviously you need to have full blindness, so they wear them protective black masks. Now there are some interesting developments with the black masks. Notice that France, actually, they've been given the all clear in this tournament to wear a more streamlined, slimline mask, and they've been given the all clear to do so. It's worked a treat, and most countries will now adopt those. And obviously there's plenty of accidental collisions between players, and many of them are unfortunately can't be controlled, and those masks can slip down and injure the nose, and that's quite a common injury in blind football. Broken noses and nosebleeds. So the time gets stopped every time the ball goes out of play on an infringement, so it's back on now with a minute and a half remaining. Botez gives away, in fact he gets a free kick. I think that the number 9 for France was just a bit eager trying to get back and probably didn't call void Morgado. And the referee comes to the halfway line and signifies to the bench exactly what the decision is. So free kick to Romania, and again, no void. And that's the third team foul for France. Once again, you're allowed 5 in the half. Any more than that, it will result in an 8-metre penalty. But hopefully, I don't think we're going to have any of them in the first half, because there's only a minute and a half remaining.
Yeah, indeed. 90 seconds left on the clock. Powen trying to get the ball away from Baron. Baron on the near side, the only man really to have the bit between his teeth for France in an attacking sense. He's really showed why he's got the captain's armband in this game. Can he get his goal-scoring boots on as well? Right side of the area, has to play it back for Morgado. Morgado's got a decent angle, but he sort of juggles the ball between his feet and it squirms through his legs. He then pokes it back for Baron again. Baron miscontrols first time around, had a bit of room initially, but the Romanian yellow shirt's coming towards him now. On the left side of the area, shoots right-footed, and it just nestles along the side netting as it rolls past Vlad Tofan's bottom right-hand corner. But that man on your screen there, Michel Baron, is the only one really that's made France tick in this game so far. Here's Labar now, darting down the centre. He just checks away from his opposite number, Botes. Botes responds with a good tackle, however, but Labar now inside left channel. He stops, turns, lovely footwork again from Labar. Really good close control from him, but not making much progress. And Botes on the left-hand side, just short of halfway. He's thumped into the kickball by Labar, who's followed him, and the jingle of the ball all the way. And in fact, Labar has conceded a free kick here. He's being a bit overzealous for the referee's liking. And with 30 seconds remaining in this first period, it looks like France are going to concede a 14 foul. Of course, as Pete mentioned a couple of moments ago, you're allowed 5 before you concede an 8-metre penalty. But I'd say drab the wrong word to use for this first period. The scoreline may imply that, but so far it's been a case of good defending from Romania. They've been asking France whether or not they can break them down, and so far the answer has been no. Can Baron produce something special at the end of the first half? Of course, France in their first game managed to get 2 quick-fire goals at this sort of time against Germany on Sunday. Down the right-hand side, Morgado, opportunity on the angle. He just gets his bearings wrong, comes off his left foot while he was trying to control it with the inside of it. He hit the outside of it and goes out of play. Tofan balls it down the right-hand side. France pick it up, run over halfway, not long left of this first period. Baron, he's going to worm his way into a central position, right side of the area now, tries to get the shot away, but he is being well dealt with by the Romanian defence, not just there at the end of the first half, but all the way through this period of 20 minutes. Romania have battled manfully at the back so far. Sorin Lapadatu, their coach, will be very proud indeed of the way they've put this shift in so far in this first period of 20 minutes. France have got a lot of work to do in the second period. Of course, we're getting to the nitty-gritty stages of Group A now, and France need to be getting goals onto the scoreboard. 3 goals, 3 points so far in this tournament for them. 2 goals as well after that thumping defeat to England yesterday. They really need to get their act together in the second half. As hard as they have tried in this first period, Michel Baron has had a bit of a personal duel so far with Vlad Tofan in the Romanian net. He, the latter, has come out on top, however, and it means that the score at half-time here in Berlin, an overcast Berlin it has to be said, is Romania 0, France 0. And Alan March and Pete Selby are going to try and decipher what has been a pretty quiet first half now back in the studio.
It's not very often the weather depicts how the game will go. It is dull here in Berlin, and I'll let you make your own assumptions on what I mean. It is overcast, it is quite cold here in Berlin, and that wasn't a game to have warmed the cockles of the spectators, was it, Pete?
No, not at all. France, very disappointing. Baron down the left-hand side, occasionally getting towards the centre and a few shots on goal. To be honest, the best action was in the first 30 seconds or so, chances at either end, and I think Romania can count themselves slightly unlucky not to have more efforts on goal. Long throw-out tactic being employed, but yeah, it's been not the greatest first half, as you can easily put it. Kovkas up front for Romania, doing his usual tactic of just barging his way through the defence, but there was an injury scare for Romania in that first half with their number 8, Adriani Botes, going off, but a few shots from distance, that's typical, going into the side netting. The goalkeeper made 1 or 2 really smart saves for Romania very early on, but it's been a bit of a dour midfield battle, and well, if France have any ideas of getting through to the latter stages of this tournament, then they really do need 3 points here, so they'll have to improve in the second half. There's their main threat really, Baron on that left. He likes to dribble towards the centre and then shoot. This time it was quite a reasonably easy save for the goalkeeper, but he's going to be their main threat. And for Romania, I mentioned their number 8, Adriani Botes. He went off with an injury, he's back on, but how fully fit he is, we'll have to wait and see and find out in the second half. But Baron the main threat for France, but they'll have to do an awful lot better in this second half.
So that was the final shot of our highlights, and again, France's number 6 has been the threat here, Pete, in this game.
Yeah, Martin Baron on that left. But the 2 goal scorers actually for France. Remember, France beat Germany in the first game, and everyone turned around and went, well, France, they are a very solid team, got a really good record in European Championships, and it wasn't unexpected. Then they got absolutely demolished by England. Was it a really good England performance, or did France underperform? Well, looking on this show, it might have been a bit of both.
They haven't scored since the opening game. Nothing against England, and nothing now against a Romania side that have been conceding goals for fun. Right, what's our next game here on the broadcast? Well, I can tell you, it is Belgium versus Spain. That's our 5 o'clock local time this evening. Spain, another side who we expect to keep picking up wins and goals. Belgium, to stay in the competition, have to get a victory tonight. Now, over the last 5 years, IBSA have been running a series of projects funded and partnered by UEFA, including a training camp in Vienna a few weeks ago. Not only was there a training camp and a tournament, it was open for females players and officials. This last year has been about promoting the sport to female players, and we caught up with the first one ever to play in an international tournament. She did that here, and she did that representing Belgium. Let's take a look when I caught up with Doreen Cornelis.
Wir sagen herzlich willkommen auf dem Feld in Romania.
So here I am with Doreen. You made history yesterday, because everybody believes you're the first female player to take part in an IBSA B1 international competition. You nervous at all coming on? There was a great reception from the crowd.
Yeah, it was awesome, but at that point I wasn't nervous because it was already 6-0. So, and I was very much in the game. So it was mostly after the game that I was feeling so grateful for the public being so enthusiastic about it.
There's been, over the last year, a big project from IBSA to try and involve more female footballers in the sport. What would you say to any young females, or even females of your similar age? What would you say to them about getting involved?
I would really want to encourage them, because blind football is such an amazing sport, and that they shouldn't be scared that at this moment is mostly a male world. I think that in the upcoming years there's gonna be more females included, and just go ahead and go for it. That's all.
What was your inspiration? Why did you get involved?
Well, I was once at the demonstration of the local Brussels blind football club, and that was just such an amazing experience, because yeah, there are other sports for blind people, but none of them are so cool as this one. So,
who is your inspiration in football, whether it be blind football or football in general? Who would be your inspiration?
my inspiration, I think I would say Romelu Lukaku, who played before with Anderlecht, because I'm actually part of the Anderlecht club, and I was already a fan before I played blind football.
Big thank you to coming and doing this interview with us, and we wish you all the best for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Really good from Doreen Cornelis, explaining why she got involved in the sport, and we're very glad that she did. A huge reception here in Berlin when she came off the bench to make her debut. She also took part in the second game as well. Now you can see Pete is holding on to one of those tops that were worn and helped to be supplied by UEFA with that funding to IBSA. You can see the actual logo of the event was even put in Braille beneath as well. So a big fantastic effort from Doreen Cornelis for taking part, and hopefully more women getting involved in blind football and football in general. Now let's take a look at some of the group standings as we have them now. This is Group A, England versus Germany. A clash tomorrow that is already being anticipated. Italy, France, Romania. France need a victory. Let's go back to our commentary team as the teams are out on the field. This is Jonathan Bell. He'll be joined by Pete Selby.
France need a victory, but Romania are not budging an inch at the moment, and it'll be they in yellow, kicking from right to left in the second half, managed by Sorin Lapadatu, that will be far the happier at the half-time interval. France, all in white, have a lot of work to do in this next period of 20 minutes, kicking from left to right. So it's Kovacs and Botez over the ball as we get underway in this second period, and Kovacs drawing two white shirts towards him, then plonks it into the space on the right for Botez. Tight angle to shoot, it goes into the side netting, and I think that may have took a nick off Labar there, who went to ground. And early on, Romania have a set piece, and that was really clever right from the centre kick there for Kovacs to get the ball, wait for a couple to come towards him and shout voy, and then he just clipped it out wide towards Botez. And that shot there showing how Romania momentarily had the French defence on a bit of string. Botez scrambling around in the penalty area, trying to get something from that corner. Romania are forced back towards the halfway line. The two number 8s clashing on the far kickboard in front of the officials' tent. No wrongdoing here, though, with Botez and Labar, still the two battling away just short of the halfway line. The ball is diagonally switched from left to right, the near side now, and Morgado. Morgado goes on the outside of Cuckoo towards the kickboard, stops the ball on the broken line. Really good pace from him as he tries to skip away from Botez. He's been forced out wide. Now on the far side is Morgado. These players really moving swiftly from one side of the pitch to the other. Morgado just dancing down the left-hand side of the Romanian box, but colossal Carlotta coming across and managing to see the ball out of play. Thrown forward from Tofan, down the left-hand side, over halfway. Kovacs trying to scramble towards the loose ball. He's got two French players in front of him, and Kovacs a bit too keen there for the referee's liking, coming across and clattering into Penisson. And on the near side, it will be a French ball midway inside their own half on the right-hand side. And just an announcement going out there. First personal foul of the game for Kovacs. First team foul of the second half, of course, for Romania. If you are just joining us for the second half, big welcome to Berlin for this game. It's a Group A match between Romania and France. France needing a win, currently poised joint second in the group on 3 points, and Romania bottom on 0 points. But at the moment, poised very nicely indeed. At the moment, the officials are trying to just get a ball that has a sufficient rattle in it, and of course the referee shaking it there, heard the sound of the rattle, and is happy enough for France to start from the back. And it will be slowly coming forward with the ball. Lebert laterally running inside, a bit of diagonal tilt to this as well as he goes to the left, then Does back inside again. Central position right in the heart of the Romanian half. The shot is blocked by the shins of Cuckoo, and it ricochets down the left-hand side. Kovac battling away on the left-hand side. He's trying to force it towards the byline. Good turn away from Morgado, though, coming towards the halfway line in those black trainers with green heels. Goes past Botez, should I say, then past Cuckoo, but Cuckoo with those long legs managing to just stick out a foot at the last there to save him from being shown a red face. Given a red face, should I say, by Morgado. On the far side, Baron has possession around 5 yards over the halfway line, comes back towards halfway, in a central position now, plays it right-footed low towards the right, and Morgado. First touch from him wasn't the greatest, but the second touch is very good as he manages to find Baron again on the left-hand side. Martin Baron, the captain, gets towards halfway. He's coming from the left towards this near side, the right. Tries to swing a couple of right feet at it before he gets connection on it eventually, but it goes straight to Botez, who runs down the left-hand side. He checks in field and plays it square for Kovacs, who's got his left arm out. I think he's more concerned about where the volley calls are coming from the French than the ball momentarily. He eventually manages to get a bit of purchase on the ball as it goes across the face of goal, but 2.5 minutes gone in the second period and we're still goalless.
Long throw out by the French down the right-hand side. Picked up by their number 9. And he decides to go straight into the D. Not bad. And he didn't get a shot on goal. Not a bad decision to do that. Instead of making a banana run around, that's Morgado, who generally takes the most direct option. Labert on the left-hand side decides to go straight again into the D. Left-footed, right-footed shots wide of the right-hand post. Normally he takes it with his left, but this time shot with his right. And, well, 2 quick opportunities there for France. Kovkas down at the other end. Can't get the better of the 3 French defenders. It's Riviere, nice little pirouette, and ball down the right. Picked up by Morgado. Morgado by the corner, uses the kickboard to then drift inside, broken line, goes back towards the halfway line. Now he stops, lovely little drag back and away from Koku, goes down the right, but just got his bearings wrong there and took his shots into the kickboard, and that goes harmlessly behind for a goalkeeping restart. It's with France down the right, again Morgado, burying his way into the Romanian defence. Goes over to the left-hand side, where again Baron will normally operate. Here goes Baron trying to go straight between. There's a bit of a impetus and purpose to these French attacks early in the second half, but as yet goalkeeper's not really got an awful lot to do. It's going to be a restart again for the Romanian keeper. Long throw out, try and find Kovkas. That only goes into the mid-drift of Labert. Controls, now he's on the halfway line, switches over to the right to Morgado. Morgado can't pick it up. Philip Koku is back for Romania, just tangling with the French number 9. And Morgado switches play to Baron. They like to switch play from left to right, right to left. Shot from distance, wide of the right-hand post. Took it quickly, did Baron. Not a bad idea. The goalkeeper watched it go wide, and I'm not too sure if it was going to go in the right-hand post that he would have got there. This would be a fantastic angle for the shot. You can see that on the replay. The game's going on top left-hand corner. Here's a run by Labert up to the edge of the D, and that shot there by Baron. Look at that, it's close. I think the goalkeeper was not going to get there. He was looking on, hoping it was going to flash by the post, and he breathes a sigh of relief. Up to the halfway, and Baron, left-hand side. Now he drives towards the Romanian defence. Past the broken line, edge of the D, right-footed shot goes wide as well. Virtually the same post and the same distance away. The Romanian coach not happy at all. It's wave after wave of French attack. French all in white, switching from left to right. They need to win this game to really stand a chance of getting through to the latter stages of this tournament. Morgado, number 9, on the right, again drifted inside, 8 metres out, back on his favourite right foot, shoots, and again off target, this time wide of the left-hand post. Plenty of possession, plenty of attacks, but not getting their shots on target.
Kudos to the Romanian defence, though. They are limiting France to shots from wide or distance rather than down the centre towards Vlad Tofan's net. At the moment, though, there is a bit of a discussion going off between Soran Lapadatu, the Romanian coach, and the goalkeeper Vlad Tofan. The coach not happy at all with the throw-outs from the back, and it's because that is giving France very easy possession. Morgado waltzing on the left-hand side, stops the ball on the broken line inadvertently, but manages to retrieve it just about. Kuku's following all the way towards the halfway line, being jockeyed very well is Morgado here by 2 yellow shirts now, and he just plonks the ball into the far corner, and it misses not only the Romanian defence, but more importantly, Baron as well, as he tries to run onto it. So Vlad Tofan will throw it out, and as he does that, the physicality of this game really being showed there, not just player on player, but player on kickboard as well. Labar going down the centre. It diverts towards the right-hand side due to the deflection of Botej, and now on the right is Morgado coming in field midway between the penalty area and the broken line. It's cleared away well by Kuku, who I think would have been one of the most understated defenders of this tournament. Baron going down the left-hand side, just in from the kickboard, goes at central again. Another chance for him, but guess what? Kuku's in the way once again. and he just absolutely mows down any attack coming towards him. Baron back on the left, Kovac in his back now. Kovac trying to go over the halfway line, doesn't really do pace, does Kovac, but he certainly does power and strength, and he's now going into the back of Labar, who's in the left back position. He's got the option of the goalkeeper if he wants it. He gets the shout from the bomb in as well, who now has the ball and plays it out towards the right hand side. Morgado has it, turns nicely, Cuckoo meets him, so Morgado goes in field instead and plays it towards the left hand side. Good low pass, angled ball as well. Baron gets a good first touch on it, but Carlotta collides him for the second touch, and it goes out of play behind for a France corner on the left hand side. And in the big context of this as well with France, first couple of games you can afford to lose, especially when you've won your first one against Germany, but when you lose so bigly against England there, going sort of Donald Trump with the word bigly, but they've got to win this game against Romania. As Baron goes into the box, can he score now? The answer is no. Tofan saved it, right hand side of the box again. Baron goes for a low effort, and once again it goes behind, and I think the French finishing is as bad as my vocabulary at the moment, Pete.
Yes, it was a bigly effort, as Jonathan would say there. It went wide of the right-hand post, and it's going to be a goal kick again to Romania. In the meantime, though, Kovkas is coming off for Romania. That's not a good sight at all if you're a Romanian fan. They've got Botez on the field. Those two, they're real main attackers, so one going off. Fingers crossed that Botez, who actually had to go off with an injury in the first half, he'll be okay. There's Baron eventually getting a shot on target, but it was from point-blank range, and the goalkeeper, to be fair, did very well having one knee on the ground. Many people be familiar with the goalkeeping style. Actually, I like to refer to it as a cricket fielding style, where you go down bent on one knee, so if you don't field the ball or stop the ball with your hands, it does hit your body and stop going past you, obviously into the back of the net in blind football. Long throw down the right towards Bottas, who picks it up for Romania. Cute angle, can't score from there, goes out for a goal kick. So once again, just a few words about the sport of blind football. It has to bounce actually inside their own half when the goalkeeper throws out, just like Julien Royer does for France down the left hand side. It can't be picked up by the attacker, goes through, and he's going to have another opportunity. The goals are actually an awful lot bigger in blind football. Now you can see the problems that the Romanians have on the bench. Just having a bit of a break, it looks like. Fingers crossed for Kovkas. The ball's on the halfway line. Yeah, the goals have been increased in size quite a lot, as there's a free kick on the halfway line. It's going to be given to Romania. Yeah, 66 centimetres. It's quite a lot, that is. That's how much in width the goals have been extended. 33 centimetres higher. So we expect plenty more goals, and we've had lots in this tournament. Yes, this game is 0-0. You can see the tapes being put over the eyes of the players. There's gauzes under there to protect the eyes, and then the tapes go on top to hold them in place, and then the mask goes on. So no vision at all. So free kick to Romania on the halfway, just underneath our commentary position here. Team fouls, you can see signified below the scores and the countries on your screen. You can see 1x underneath both Romania and France. That means that they've had one team foul each. They're allowed 5 per half. Any more than that will result in 8-metre penalty kicks. Baron into the Romanian half. Deep actually into the final third now. Pushed back to the halfway. That's good defence by Romania. And they're just not going to leave this to be dealt with by the defenders of France. So they charge it down, and then French switch play quickly to the right-hand side. Morgado full of tricks and close control, but he's forced back again by Koku, who will just follow the player. Good skill though, turns away from him. Now straight in towards the D. Player goes to ground. Nothing given by the referee, and that's going to run towards the goalkeeper. Play on, so both teams and both players there shouted void. You need to shout void at all times, which basically roughly translates into I am here. And there's a free kick here at the other end of the field for Romania in the attacking third as well. So a real chance for the all-in-yellow Romanians to open the scoring. Yeah, you need to be shouting void, Jonathan. So if I've got the ball and I'm running towards you and I'm shouting void and you don't, then you give away the free kick if there's a collision. On the other hand, if I'm running towards you with the ball, you shout void, I don't, then I've given away the free kick even though I had the ball in the first place. It's for the safety of the players. But of course, collisions do happen, even if all players are shouting void. It's just the nature of the sport. So free kick to Romania, a couple of yards in from the kickboard on the right, and around about 3 or 4 yards in from the broken line. The broken lines, they do signify the 3/3 of the field. Substitution taking place. Coming off is the French number 6, Martin Baron, one of their main attackers. Coming on will be number 9.
And 9 comes in.
In fact, number 5, Arazeki, actually is on the field, so that is going to limit the attacking threat for France. And remember, they need 3 points here. If they don't get 3 points against Romania, well, they're really up against it, and they'll rely on others for progress to the latter stages. Top 2 from each group go through to the semi-finals. You'll notice here the coach tapping the post behind the goalkeeper, telling the players exactly where the goal is. It's Kovkas going to scoop it towards Bottas. Ball's bouncing inside the D. Struggling to clear the ball are the French defenders. Eventually they do. There was a half chance there for Bottas, who turns away very skillfully. Inside the D now, can't get a shot off on goal, and it goes out for a goal kick. There was a nearly possibility of a penalty, or it could have been even worse for that for a French player. Nearly brought him down, but a chance there for Romania.
Bottas with a lovely bit of close control there, getting away from the substitute for France. Arazeki, who now is trying to bundle forward into the opposing half. He has the ball on the near side, probably the biggest French player that they possess is Arazeki. He's chasing the ball now towards the far side. This is going to be a collision, isn't it? Towards Karelea on the left corner of the area. That was an interesting duel there, and I expect that to heat up more and more as this half progresses. On the far side is Labar on the halfway line. He's got back to goal. Cuckoo, superb once again from him. Every game he's played in these championships so far, regardless of the result for Romania, he's been a solid 8 out of 10. Far hand side is number 8, Bottas, with Labar with him as well. Both of them have got a foot on the ball, trying to tangle it away from the other, and winning that tug of war that time around was Labar, who releases the ball diagonally towards the near side with a low ball. However, Magado can't get on the end of it, and Tofan can throw it from the back. Down the left-hand side it goes, but the referee had already blown his whistle for a referee's timeout. I'm not sure why that is. I think he was just talking to Cuckoo, who may have got a bit close and personal with our cameraman there a couple of moments ago. I'm not too sure what happened in that corner of the pitch. But nonetheless, referee will start play with Romania having it, and Tofan throwing it down the left-hand side. Down the left-hand side, Bottas getting close towards the byline. Can he keep it in? The answer's no, but it did take a deflection off Riviere, and it will be a corner on the near side for Romania, who are actually, instead of backs against the wall, defending things and keeping a clean sheet, they're pushing forward more and more as the half progresses, and could get a shock lead here. Of course, any of you watching of an English persuasion will certainly be cheering on Romania in yellow here. Bottas coming in from the left-hand side, goes back onto the left as he was cutting in field there. Did it come off a French arm? The answer is no. The ball will then be kept in on the byline. Good turner from Bottas, who's really coming into his own element here, but he can't keep the ball in play. Good rugged defending from the French, and it is the goalkeeper for them, Valentin van Bommel, throwing the ball high down the left-hand side. Importantly, bounces just inside his own half before it goes into the opposition territory. Kovac spinning around the ball, eventually gets a prod on it towards the near side, but it goes to the other team, and Magado in white for France. Turns in field, really good chance. Oh, he kicked. Well, the ball was behind him, he kicked in front of him, he ended up slipping on the ball in the end, and then he's just almost tripped over Kovacs, who's down holding his right knee at the moment for Romania. Meanwhile, at the other end, Bottas goes for a shot on the angle towards the goal. It's all happening here in Berlin. Injuries at one end, chances at the other. It's Magado who just lost connection of the ball and ended up falling on top of it. The goalkeeper, Vlad Tofan, did very well not to encroach outside of his goalkeeping square there, but meanwhile Kovac is just slowly lumbering up back to his feet again after injuring that right knee. You can see him shaking that right leg around there. He's been in some discomfort through this game, Kovac, more for his eyewear than his knee, but now he's got another injury problem to contend with. Arazeki at the other end got an inadvertent touch off the left ankle there, and Tofan had to be well on his toes to go down with the left foot and tip it round the left-hand post, and now it's France knocking on the door. 10 minutes to go, and this is beautifully poised.
Yes, it's goalless, but very exciting with just less than 10 minutes, as Jonathan said. France, well, they do need these 3 points. Just to reiterate, they have beaten Germany in this group. They've lost to England heavily yesterday by 7-0. They do need 3 points against Romania. Shot from an angle, hits the side netting, and it will be a goal kick once again. Timeout called by Romania, and with 10 minutes remaining, the Romanians are still in this, but France, they really need the 3 points. Without those 3 points, it's going to be very difficult for them to qualify.
And you can see the coach there, Sorin Lapadatu. Wonderful man off the field, I have to say. Interviewed him last week. He was a great chap. And on the field, you have to say, you see a bit more of his fiery side, and he's not smiling at all, is he? Despite the fact his Romanian team are putting in a very good shift at the moment. Looks like he's just been told some very bad news indeed, does the Romanian coach. But at the moment, he can smile at the scoreline. Meanwhile, the French, they're pondering over why things aren't going their way at the moment. A disastrous game yesterday against England, make no bones about it, losing 7-0. A stark contrast from their opening day win against Germany. But now they'll be left scratching their heads over this game. But it is absolutely a case of the Romanians defending really well indeed. And you have to say, at the moment, the Romanians are looking more active with their body language than the French, who seem to be a bit desolate and just waiting for the seconds to tick out. Romania certainly making the most of that timeout instead. The Romanian coach, Sorin Lapadatu, certainly firing his players up for a very big last 9.5 minutes. And of course, Romania, this is their last game in the group, and they will probably finish bottom of it. However, they still will have further games in this competition. There's 9th v 10th, 8th v 7th, 6th v 5th, etc., etc., to determine exactly who finishes where in the standings. And France will be hoping to get towards the semi-finals and finish in the top 4, but they're really struggling at the moment to just score here against a very resolute and manly Romanian defence. Botez striding down the centre. Labar comes out on top and strides towards halfway. Labar trying to get some room away from Botez. He's felled as he aims the ball towards the left-hand side. Arazeki now, I think the fact that he's on the field is a concession by the French coach, Sami Gassama, that they're going to have to go physical against the Romanians and really go down to their game. Morgado, he tries to have a right-footed effort towards goal, but he shanks it wide of the left-hand post of Vlad Tofan's net. He then bowls it down the inside left channel. Botez lets the ball just cannon off his shins and then just puts the ball under his foot before coming inside. A volley called by Morgado, which means that when he fell Botez there, it was legal because he got the ball and made Botez aware of exactly where he was. Botez has a second bite at the cherry now. An inadvertent bit of control there away from the bear momentarily, but the French midfielder comes back and will now come down the right-hand side. Tentatively, it has to be said, as he negotiates his way round Koku. The shot comes in at the near post. Tofan not happy that he didn't manage to grasp two hands on that one, and he just palms it behind for a corner on the near side for France. 8 minutes to go, and to be honest, since Martin Baron, went off, their captain, they haven't really created many opportunities, and I am surprised that he's not on the field at the moment. And Rozeki goes across to the near side to bulldoze his way through then from the corner. He stops just in front of the right corner of the penalty area, side on towards the goal, dummies well, gets towards the right angle of the penalty area, but then he fluffs his lines with the ball just stopping underneath his big feet. He then turns away from Kuku again, out to further right, next to the kickboard is Morgado, who gets his way in field, but he's pushed back towards the halfway line, and the Romanians are covering every blade at the moment, and they are bustling away with Morgado on the near side. He comes laterally in field, Kuku pokes it over halfway, and Romania have a possible counter charge.
Yeah, Botez tries to turn his man inside the final third. Romania really want these 3 points. Botez, a lovely turn, he's inside the D, he's only 3 metres from the goal, central position, pokes it towards goal, it's blocked by the defence, second effort into the goalkeeper's arms. A real chance there for Botez. Romania, they're defending for their lives, trying to hold on to this, but they might grab all 3 points. It's still all to play for with 7 minutes remaining. And as we get to the latter stages of these group stages, these games become very important indeed, and they're going to get really frantic towards the end, especially if they're as close as this one. Here comes another wave of French attack inside the centre circle. Switch to the right-hand side, and the French number 9, Fabrice Mugado, will try and drift inside. He does so and runs into his fellow number 9, Kovkas, and he's got very broad shoulders indeed. He goes to ground, the Frenchman, so it will be a free kick inside the final third, and it could be another team foul here for Romania. If so, it'll only be the second, and with 6.5 minutes remaining, this is a good chance for France. It's on the right, so they'll possibly have to either switch over to the left for a left-footed effort, or maybe just move the ball away from where it is to the right and get a shot from an angle. Whatever the case, there's a 4-man wall, all in yellow, standing just inside the D. Could be from David Lebert, really. He's the favourite to take this, because it's going to be rolled from behind him for Lebert to take. So I wonder if he's going to drift from the right-hand side over to the left, or is he going to go straight towards the D? Is there going to be a runner from the wall? The 2 posts are being tapped, and instructions now shouted from behind the goal. Lebert, he's going to the left towards the D, stops on his right foot, shoots wide of the right hand upright again. Very close for France, turns away in disgust, takes a deflection on its way through, so it will be a corner. We're going to have a fabulous angle here. Baron's on the pitch now, a substitute for France, one of their main attackers. They're throwing everything forward. Lovely free kick routine. And then the right-footed shot, it obviously takes a deflection, yes, off Koku's leg, and then just goes wide of the post. Once again, we've seen many shots from France flash by that post for... It will need painting after this game. So again, another corner to France. On the right. Taken back towards the broken line. Flip to the far side. Baron now in a bit of space. Edge of the central position. Right-footed shot. Hooked wide of the left-hand post. It was nearer the corner than the post. And France, well, they've had their chances. And if they don't get a goal in this game, they're going to be mightily disappointed with themselves. But of course, Romania have ideas about getting all 3. Long throw down is the tactic for Romania. Can't be controlled by Kovkas.
Just got an interesting observation, Pete, that Kovac at the first half was the leading man in the Romanian team. He's now back with the defence, and Botez is the one picking up the long balls. And Kovac maybe is tasked with running from deep, and also because of his physicality, marshalling the defence. Another corner though to defend now, and he will be back in there with Cuckoo and Carlotta trying to defend this corner ball.
Yeah, one reason, just off the top of my head, is mainly because both players have gone off the field a couple of times, and maybe he's just feeling more of the effect of maybe a heavy tackle, or the fact that this is their 4th game in pretty quick succession. So, you know, many of the players carrying injuries, so maybe he's just not got the stamina. That's just run out of play by Baron, and there's a horrible collision as well between the 2 big men, Baron and also Carlotta. Baron's idea of running down the byline was not too good at all, because he's collided with the number 5 just behind the head of the French coach behind the goal. I don't think there's any foul been given. It might just be out for a goal kick, but the 2 players get to their feet, and Baron looks very unsteady.
One thing that's worth mentioning as well, Pete, is these players may have an impairment, but they are certainly not deterred when it comes to crashing into each other. It's like human dodgems at times at these championships. We have some wonderful football, wonderful skill, wonderful goals on show, but we also have a lot of physicality as well. Some may argue more physicality than in the 11-a-side game. And as far as these footballers are concerned, ignorance is bliss in a way. They don't know really what's around them, and therefore they just go head in and see what happens. And on that occasion, it was a nasty collision between the 2. Throw down forward for Romania towards Kovacs, who this time around is the leading man now up front. He swapped with Botez once again. Of course, this is Romania's final group game. France have one to come against Italy, so all is not lost if they get a point out of this one, but it certainly is not ideal. Pete branded Romania as the whipping boys before the game, and you're certainly going to have to be mincing on your words after this one, Pete.
Yes, I think Romania have done very well in this game. I still say that France were the favourites before the game. That shot goes wide. They've beaten the host nation already, Germany, by 2-1 in that disappointing defeat to England by 7-0. One of the questions, actually, if you're watching this live stream, do stick around, because after the game, or just before the final whistle, I'm going to head down onto the pitch and try and grab a word with one of the French players. And my first question is going to be, why have France been so inconsistent? And well, if England win tonight in their game with Italy, then there's only one qualification spot left as that long throw goes out of play. And I'm going to ask them for their final game against Italy, how much do they rate their chances against a young Italian side? Actually a very mixed side. They've got a lot of youngsters. Pogliobo, 15 years old, 4 goals already, and an experienced backbone of the team. But here come France again. They might grab a winner, and then they'll fancy the chances of getting through. It's on the right-hand side, just on the halfway line. Zeki in the centre circle. He's got Baron on the left, who I think he's going to try and find. No, he's going to go himself down centre. Comes over again to the right. There's only these two forward for France. Now trying to join the attack is Labert. But Arazeki still has it. Quite slow build-up. Less than 5 minutes now remaining. Tackled by Kovkas inside the centre circle. The ball is momentarily stationary. Now the players find the ball. Kovkas going straight downfield. Can't get a shot off on goal. It goes wide, and well, his shot was wide. Good defending once again by Koku. Long throw downfield. Kovkas this time, he controls the ball, and now there's only one defender between him and the D. Just overruns the ball slightly, and he might have a second opportunity. Nearly a golden chance there for Kovkas and the Romanians. Up to the halfway line. Here goes Baron again down the left-hand kickboard. Stops by the broken line. Now Baron in towards the D, but again cleared by a number of yellow shirts. Down the left, up to the halfway. 4 minutes remaining. Baron on the left-hand side again, can't control. Across comes the Romanian defence and Carlotta, but Baron's got the better of him. Carlotta tries to grab him. Baron, left-hand side of the D, goes down. Nothing given by the referees. It runs out for a goal kick. Dangerous moment there for Romania.
Yeah, that was a really close one there. France breaking towards the edge of the Romanian area, and France may feel unfortunate that they didn't get a free kick there. Now Lebert making inroads in the area. Real chance, goes down. Again, void was called, so it's no penalty. But really, Romania now are having to stick firmer than ever together, because things are getting very rattly at the back indeed. Foul, is it, on the edge of the broken line? The answer is no. Kovac trying to bundle his way down the right-hand side, but getting very physical this game now. The needle has certainly been injected into this game, and on the right-hand side is Aztec, who has it with his back to goal, falls back to the halfway line. He gets past Kuku, no mean feat. Arazeki down the right-hand side, outside of the penalty area, worms his way in field laterally, then goes back out to the right again. Got a bit of an angle on goal, goes towards the near top corner. Vlad Tofen with yet another save. There are 3 minutes to go. France have a corner. They're making a substitute as well. They are pulling out all the stops now, with Hakim Arazeki making way for Fabrice Magado.
Finally a shot on target for France, but the goalkeeper got his angles correct. Didn't go fully way down because it was quite a high shot, and if you we've seen a number of times in this tournament the goalkeeper going down on their knees and then realising that they're too low because of the extended height of the goals. Again, they've been extended in width, 66 centimetres, 33 centimetres in height, so they're a lot bigger than they used to be. And many of these goalkeepers using these goals for the first time, and the goalkeeper Tofan for the Romanians, well, he got his angles right and he got his height right as well. It's going to be a corner anyway to France with 3 minutes remaining. Baron tries to flip it towards the other side, and it doesn't work at all. Another restart for Romania.
Yeah, poor stuff that from France at a crucial time in the game now, inside the final 3 minutes. Kovac down the right-hand side. He's got Baron and Lebert in his back. Lebert, who has certainly worked hard. He's huffed and puffed for the French cause, but it's definitely not paid off in terms of goals here, and he sort of just played that ball diagonally forward and threw his arms out either side of him to say, what more can I do? He has the ball now, and on the edge of his own centre circle, just nudges the ball forward towards the halfway line. He's got 2 yellow shirts around him, but he does well to go around the outside of them and towards the kickball, which is always sort of a safety net for the players. If they don't know what to do, just go towards the wide particularly the far side as well, where the coaches are, get some instructions and also have a bit of respite instead of bustling your way in the middle. The ball eventually goes out. Tofan inside his own goal, throws it down the centre. Kovac again not receptive to the direction of the ball. It drifts past him and out towards the other end for Valentin Lebomin, all in black to take. He's not done much in this second half. In fact, he's not even wearing goalkeeper's gloves, Lebomin, as he bowls it down this near side, the right channel for France. On the ball now is Magado, coming forward towards the edge of the Romanian penalty area. Good tackle from Botez, who's been outstanding for Romania, as has all the players in yellow. Now Magado, right side of the area, manages to muster a shot towards goal, but it drifts wide of Tofan's left hand upright, and he again hurriedly gets on with things. Of course, there can be no time wasting in this sport because the clock is stopped, so there'll be no time to waste. Kovac darting down the centre. He's got 3 players around him. He was further from the goal than I think he expected, and that left-footed shot was very tame indeed, and Lebomin comfortably saving that one. Throws it down to the other end, and Baron just weaving his way in field, gets past 3 players, real chance, and he hits it wide again. Not the first time Martin Baron has drifted in from the left-hand side, managed to deter the 3 players in yellow from following him. As he goes towards the right side of the area, he just stabs it wide at the near post. Meanwhile, on the far side, Carlotta, the Romanian defender, is just putting his foot up on the board there, stretching out a muscle, I think, and also going across his Kovac as well. And there's going to be another bit of tape administered to that eye gauze as well for Kovac, who has really had problems with his eyewear so far in this game. You can see that the amount of plastering and tape that has been put over his eyes, and not sure how much more tape Sorin Labatu has got in his bag, but he's administering it all here. You can see there's a fair bit left, and on it goes. That's going to really hurt to peel that off, isn't it, afterwards? But Kovac's going through it for the cause, and now putting the blindfold on as well, so he's good to go for the final 1.5 minutes of this game. Meanwhile, a bit of magic spray being applied to the right ankle of Cosmin Carlotta, or as I like to call Colossal Carlotta, just on that far side, running back onto the field of play now, and hopefully he won't be limping as badly now. On the left-hand side, Kovacs again cannot get up, and he's really making Vlad Tofan's passing accuracy dip further and further down the percentages, as Lebomin throws it down the other end. Baron doesn't get a touch on that, and the game's got a bit of a lull in it here, but it's a very important time in the game, and France need to pull something out from somewhere. But the body language on the far side from the French bench has seemed very reserved and almost as if resigned to the fact that they're not going to get something from this game. It's still there to be won. They can still get into these semi-finals. There's games to be played as far as France are concerned. They've got Italy coming up next, but Romania, this is their final match, and they're going out on a very positive note. Lebert midway inside his own half. He's trying to find an angle to play to the right. He finally gets one, and now Magado can motor forward. Botez has been across everything, and the way he's been following the jingle of that ball around has been very impressive today. The halfway line is where the ball is at now, on the near side, the French right. Magado trying to twist away from Botez. Botez still trying to stab at the ball. Magado then plays a low-angle ball towards the left-hand side, and Baron pressed up against the kickboard. Carlotta in his back. Baron going down the left, midway inside the Romanian half. Comes in from the left-hand side. Really good footwork from him again. And he's waltzing his way towards the edge of the penalty area. Real chance for Baron, and it comes out towards the near side. Good block again from the Romanian defence. Not the first time, not the 10th time I've said this in this game. I've said it hundreds of times so far in this match. Botez down the other end trying to make something happen. The referee's blown his whistle, and Lebert has gone flying backwards almost into his own goal there after that collision with Botez. A big round of applause on the far side from the Romanians, who are celebrating at the end of that one as the full-time whistle is blown. But as far as France are concerned, not only have they ended on a bad note with Lebert going down injured, they do not manage to get the 3 points in this game that they craved. It wasn't a case before the match of whether they would manage to get the 3 points. It would be a case about how many France would score. They've scored none. Look at the hugs, look at the scenes for Romania. A real good final note in the group stage for them to finish on. Sorin Lapadatu for the first time, not just today, maybe in the whole tournament, smiling and giving his goalkeeper a high five. They've certainly had a few stern words during this match, but now they look very pleased indeed. And look at the contrast for France. They have got a lot of work to do. They have 4 points on the board after 3 games, and if anything could be a physical representation of their standings in the group at the moment, it would be that of Lebert laying down on his back inside his own goal mouth, and it is a very concerning sight for those of a French persuasion. So Romania go across to the far side and now shake hands with the French team. We will soon be talking to the French team captain Fabrice Magado on the far side with Pete Selby and the assistance of our translator as well, Maurizio. But at the end of that one, Group A is very firmly poised indeed for England to beat Italy later. If they do that, they will be qualifying straight away to the semi-finals of these championships. As for France, though, they still also have Italy to play tomorrow, and if they manage to come out on top in that, then they may just have a lifeline in these championships. Romania complete then their Group A stage with a fantastic performance and a solid result here against France. A 0-0 draw, the second of these championships, is exactly what the Dr. Sorin Lapadatu ordered. They may have wanted a bit of an opportunity to maybe go on and win the game if they were being greedy, the Romanians, but France, it's a tale of missed opportunities for them. Martin Baron, he started with the captain's armband. He certainly was ferociously knocking at the door, almost kicking it down at one point, but Vlad Tofan had a very good game in the Romanian goal, and a big word as well for those yellow shirts in front of the Romanian stopper in order to keep that clean sheet. So full time then, Romania 0, France 0, and we are now able, I believe, to go down to pitch side and talk to Fabrizio Magado of France.
A superb win over Germany, a heavy defeat to England and a draw to Romania. Why have France been so inconsistent?
Vous avez commencé bien contre l'Allemagne, réussi 3 points, et après contre l'Angleterre hier, c'était pas bien, mais maintenant seulement une 0-0 contre la Roumanie parce que la France est pas capable de jouer partie par partie sur le même niveau.
Ouais, en fait, on a bien démarré notre match contre l'Allemagne. Après, contre l'Angleterre, on est passé complètement à côté, donc c'était vraiment compliqué pour nous au niveau du moral, quoi. Et là, on a essayé de se remettre sur les bonnes rails sur ce match contre les Roumains, mais malheureusement on a eu des occasions, mais pas assez efficaces. Donc voilà, on a dominé ce match, mais on n'a pas fait ce qu'il fallait devant.
Yeah, well, we played very well against Germany and then against England. After the first 2 goals, we lose it also in our head. And today, yeah, we try to make a big effort and put everything in. We had a couple of opportunities to go to score and to go and lead, but in the end, it wasn't enough. And yeah, there's a 0-0 in the end.
If England beat Italy tonight, so there'll only be 1 qualification place left in Group A. How confident are you for beating Italy and having a chance of qualifying for the semi-finals?
Si l'Angleterre va battre l'Italie ce soir, ils sont qualifiés pour semi-finale et il reste seulement une autre place dans le groupe pour aller en semi-finale. Vous êtes confident que vous pouvez battre l'Italie et même après 7-0-0 continuer en semi-finale?
Oui, bien sûr, on peut battre l'Italie. Maintenant, c'est clair que devant, il faut qu'on soit efficace, qu'on joue mieux aussi collectivement. Et il faut gagner en sérénité, c'est sûr. Maintenant, voilà, on va se réunir ce soir, on va discuter, on va essayer de corriger ce qui ne va pas. Et puis, il faut absolument qu'on se remette sur les bonnes rails pour demain.
Yeah, of course, we are still convinced that we could beat Italy, but it's a lot of work in front of us. Tonight we get together, we need to discuss and correct a lot of mistakes we did today and do it better tomorrow, but sure, we are still convinced we could beat them and go through the semi-final, of course.
Thank you very much, and good luck with your final Group A match tomorrow against Italy.
Well, they'll be dancing in the streets of Bucharest, won't they, with that one? They were certainly dancing out here on the pitch. Romania celebrating a point with that goalless draw against France. It doesn't lift them anywhere in terms of positions, but whilst you were watching that interview, we were looking out onto the pitch, and Jonathan Bell is with me. They were absolutely dancing around, delighted that they've picked up a point, and Mike, they should be as well. That was a superb performance.
They definitely deserve that clean sheet. It's been a long time in coming as far as they've been concerned. Of course, shipping 14 goals in the previous 3 games before this game today against France. But I do feel for France. Of course, that win against Germany on the first game for them seemed to set them on their way. That 2-1 success against the home nation really gave them some positive steps for them to build on. But then that crashing defeat against England yesterday really has taken the wind out of their sails, and the hangover today was there and very evident indeed. Not being able to beat the goalkeeper for Romania, Vlad Tofan. And when you're not scoring against a team that's conceded 14 goals in 3 games, I'm sorry, but it's not good enough to get to the semi-finals. There's a lot of work for France to do in their final game against Italy tomorrow, and they'll be keeping a very keen eye. They may be reluctantly keeping a very keen eye on the game tonight against between England and Italy, because England look as if they are the team to beat in this group, and France, they're waning away a bit.
Just 6 shots from Romania in the game, 23 from France, and they failed to register at the back of the net. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of the second half. And they are all chances that don't get taken. One just wide of the keeper's left-hand post. Early doors here, and they kept creating. Jonathan, give them the French their credit here. They kept going. That's not far past the post at all, and not a lot the goalkeeper can do on that occasion. They just, I mean, that's a good save. They just could not find the back of the net.
Yeah, most of these highlights consist of Martin Baron, the French number 6, who of course was wearing the captain's armband today as well. And he led like a leader. The problem was that the rest of his teammates struggled to comply with that as well. They did knock on the door as the half progressed, but it just wasn't their day. They did not bring their goal-scoring boots at all. And Romania, I was delighted for their coach, a great bloke off the field, and their team as well. They've battled really hard in this championship so far, really given a lot of impetus for the Romanian Football Federation to continue to look at the Romanian programme and give it the more funding that it's been getting recently and continues to deserve.
So, well, Romania met France head-on, quite literally on occasions, and there was a wall in front of that goal, and they were not letting France pass, were they? So, a 0-0 draw. It very much feels like a victory for those gentlemen in yellow. And they will be heading back to the team hotel in a moment, as we see just one more chance here that just could not squeeze between those posts. As Pete Selby keeps telling us, the goals have been extended. Maybe France will have to wait another 2 years for a European Championships to see if they extend the goals even more so. Right, what's coming up still here on day number 5? Well, it's Belgium against Spain. Another big game, this time for Spain, chasing down Turkey and Russia in their group. That game starts at 5 o'clock. It's only 3 here. We've got nearly a couple of hours to wait until that one. We will be back with you a little bit later on for our coverage of the IBSA Blind Football European Championships 2017.